How are you guys? Are you feeling good? I extremely hope so. Welcome to our new lesson 11.4, which is join and separate angles. And our essential question is, how can you determine the measure of an angle separated into parts? And to understand the meaning of our essential question, I'm gonna give you some examples to clear the meaning, to get the meaning or to get the idea directly. And our first example in share and show part, which is in page 623. As you see, the first example, there is a big angle which called PQT, and it's separated into two parts or two angles. The first angle measures 43 degrees and the second angle measures 37 degrees. And what should I do? According to instructions of question, the question said to find the measure of the angle. And to find the measure, I'm gonna add 43 degrees plus 37 degrees to get the measure of PQT, to get the measure of the angle PQT. So they are equals 80 degrees. So the measure of PQT equals 80 degrees. Okay, he said that add to find the measure of the angle and write an equation to record your work. Here I wrote an equation to record my work. Question 2. As you see, there is an angle which is called LKJ, and it's separated into two parts or two angles. The first one measures 90 degrees and the second one measures 10 degrees. So what should I do? You should to follow your instructions of your question. And to find, add 90 degrees plus 10 degrees, excellent, it's 100 degrees. So the measure of the angle LKJ equals 100 degrees. The same thing, the same idea in the third question. But so the angle SHR is separated into three parts or three angles. The first one is 55 degrees and the second one measures 27 degrees and third one measures 78 degrees. What should I do to get the measure of the angle SHR? Of course, I will add, then I will find the measure. Add 55 plus 27 plus 78, of course, gives you 160 degrees. So the measure of the angle equals 160 degrees. It's easy questions. Okay? Okay. Let's do our activity now. We have an activity which is investigate in page 621. Our materials or our tools: construction paper, scissors, and protractor. Step A. Use construction paper. Draw an angle that measures exactly 70 degrees. Label it angle APC. You have studied the way to draw an angle by your protractor, by using a protractor. He wants you to draw an angle measures exactly 7 degrees and name it angle APC. Okay, this is the first step, step A. Step B, cut out the angle APC. You should use your scissors to cut the angle APC out. Step C, separate the angle APC by cutting it into two parts. Begin cutting at the vertex and cut between the rays. As you see in the picture, the girl is cutting from the vertex between the rays. What figures did you form? After you do that, you will find I formed two angles. Exactly, you will form two angles. Step D. Use a protractor to measure the two angles you formed. Record the measures in this blank. Step E. Find the sum of the angles you formed. Find the sum here in these blanks. Step F. Join the two angles. Compare measure angle ABC to the sum of the measures of its parts. Explain how they compare. Exactly, you will find measure ABC is equal to the sum of the measures of its parts. Great job. Here we have another example. Example 4. It's in Chair Show part also, page 623. The question says, use a protractor to find the measure of each angle. Label each angle with each measure. Write the sum of the angle measures as an equation. Here, as you see, there is a big circle. Okay? It's divided into three parts or three angles. As you see, here the first angle, and here the second angle, and here the third angle. Okay? Okay, what should I do now? Use a protractor to find the measure of each angle. Yes, my protractor is ready. Okay, let's see my protractor now. Here my protractor, the center of my protractor is on the point. On the point. And my zero on the line segment. Okay, the line segment. As you see here, the center of my protractor on the point and zero on the line. I'm gonna count to know the measure of the first angle. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. So the first angle measured 120 degrees. Okay, this is the first angle. I'm gonna measure the second angle. Here, I put my protractor, the center of my protractor on the point, and zero on the line or on the line segment, as you see. Then count after 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Exactly 100. So the second angle measures 100 degrees. 100 degrees. Okay. Let's measure the third angle. I'm gonna put my center of the protractor on the point and zero on the line or line segment, as you see here. Where is my zero? Here. My zero is here. So I will count from 0 to the last line segment. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, of course 140. Exactly 140. So the third angle measures 140 degrees. 140 degrees. Okay. Now The first one was 120 and the second one was 100 degrees and the third one was 140 degrees. So now I labeled each angle with each measure. The third step, write the sum of the angle measures as an equation. I wrote them as an equation. The first one plus the second one plus the third one equals 360 degrees. Do you remember when I have learned you how many degrees inside the circle? How many degrees inside the circle? Exactly 360 degrees. So here the sum of three angles inside, which are inside the circle, will give me 360 degrees, of course. Question 5 has the same idea of question 4. Try to measure every angle and correct my measuring as a teacher, okay? Question 4 and 5 together to understand the meaning. Here we have a problem solving or an application example, which is, what angle does this piece of pie form? Did you remember this example? Did you remember we haven't studied it in mid-chapter checkpoint? Yes. What angle does it represent? What angle does it represent? Exactly, you said to me, great, and a straight angle, and which is 180 degrees. It measures 180 degrees. Okay, so let me draw a line like this, okay, and all of these angle, as you see, 180 degree, okay, so I'm gonna write here 180 degrees, okay, and I'm gonna separate this angle into three parts like this, okay. Maybe the first part measures 75 degrees, okay, and the second part measures 85 degrees. Great. Okay, could you use your mental math or any operation that you will choose to tell me what is the measuring of the last angle? Here, look at this. Use diagram. What is measure QRT? QRT. It's the same question. Here he wants me to calculate to get the measure of the last angle QRT. What should I do? I know all the measure is 180 degrees. All of the measure equals 180 degrees. So what should I do? I will subtract what? Subtract 75 and 85 from 180 degrees. Or you can add 75 plus 85, then you will subtract the answer from 180 degrees. The answer, of course, 160 degrees. Then I'm gonna subtract 180 degrees minus 160 degrees to know the last measure of the last angle. Of course, it's gonna be 20 degrees. So the measure of angle QRT is 20 degrees. Thank you.